Prosecutors say not only is Sean Combs not entitled to bail, but essentially he shouldn't even get a hearing on this. And remember, Combs is currently in detention at the Metropolitan Detention Center out in Brooklyn, New York, after being denied bail by other judges. The main issues keeping him locked away are that the courts have held that the prosecutors have shown that he is a danger on the outside. He's a potential flight risk. Most notably was evidence put forward that he had been improperly contacting victims and witnesses in this case.
Diddy's legal issues have reached a breaking point, and his lawyer has formally left the courtroom, leaving everyone in disbelief as startling new evidence against the music tycoon surfaces. Let's examine what transpired and why even his own counsel was unable to remain.
In the Sean Diddy Combs case have until today to give answers for how the music mogul has been communicating from jail.
Because my next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties.
We made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way.
The prosecution provided evidence that Diddy continued to use illegal communications from jail to try to influence witnesses in his case despite court assurances that he wouldn't. This call, along with other instances of alleged manipulation, undermines Diddy's defense and raises serious concerns about his potential to disrupt the legal process. Diddy's attempt to secure bail has been severely harmed by a leaked phone call between him and his son Christian Combs that exposed Diddy's involvement in witness tampering. If made available,
the court has evaluated each of the factors that it must consider under the relevant law. 1, nature and circumstances of the offense charged. 2, weight of the evidence against the person. 3, history and characteristics of the person. And 4, nature and seriousness of the danger that would be posed by the person's release. And it also says that the court has also reviewed the information submitted by Combs and the government across all 3 bail hearings in this case. As you remember, Sean Combs was denied bail both by a magistrate judge and a district court judge. Judge Subramanian writes, the court finds that the government has shown by clear and convincing evidence, so that's the standard, that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. In support of this finding, the court provides the following reason.
Despite presenting the court with his and his family's passports, Diddy is frantically attempting to obtain his release by giving a $50 million bail package in exchange for freedom. However, the judge has refused to grant him parole, citing concerns about a potential second passport and the impending witness evidence. Diddy is aware that his prospects of freedom will be limited after the witnesses testify. Following the disclosure of witness tampering call records from the Metropolitan Detention Center, which demonstrated that Diddy not only tried to speak with witnesses directly, but also tried to use people outside of prison to influence them, Diddy's legal team suffered a setback when his bail was denied for the 3rd time. Citing worries about Diddy's possible threat to the public, the judge denied bail after witnesses determined that he constituted a serious threat.
His team has said, we're going to put together the proposed bail package. A $50 million bond, co-signed by him, his mom, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. It's going to be secured by the equity in his property in Miami, Florida. Home detention, his passport will be surrendered. The government said that's insufficient. They said, look at the charges, look at the weight of the evidence that I just mentioned. They said they have allegations that he and his associates were trying to tamper with witness testimony last year so that they wouldn't cooperate with the government. What do you take away about who has the stronger argument in terms of bail?
Well, I think his counsel has done the best they possibly can. I think bringing him there voluntarily is very smart, starts them out on the right foot. But I think the last thing that you just mentioned, the interfering with witnesses.
That's the allegation, yeah.
Yeah, if that's true, or I should say, if there's real indicia that happened, I think that might tip the scales in favor of not letting him out pending trial, because I think, and you know this, I think judges take an extraordinarily dim view of that. And that might be the factor that tips the scale again.
In a stunning turn, Diddy's case has taken a drastic turn for the worse when his lawyer, who had been representing him for months, abruptly left during court proceedings. Reports indicate that the lawyer lost faith in Diddy and the case, which further complicated the music mogul's legal battle. This development adds to the growing pressure Diddy is under as his legal issues worsen.
Why is that not a fair outcome?
What he did here is on a magnitude of unlike anybody else you could imagine.
An explosive twist occurred on October 23rd when a prison call recording purportedly showed Diddy telling one of his sons to throw out pizza boxes. This incident has fueled intense speculation and added to the ongoing legal drama surrounding Diddy, raising the possibility of additional attempts to hide evidence or manipulate circumstances in the face of the charges he faces.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Okay.
The situation for Diddy has deteriorated as more people come forward with evidence of their interactions with a music mogul, and the accuser's attorney has stated that he is confident Diddy has little to no chance of escaping a life sentence, adding to the pressure surrounding his case.
But I have all the confidence in the world and the federal court in the state of New York that they will remain keeping Diddy under no bond and that all of the victims in this case will be able to proceed.
In order to move forward, the prosecutor disclosed important information regarding the events leading up to Diddy's indictment, such as the evidence discovered during a search of his residence. This evidence, along with the growing number of accusations, has strengthened the case against Diddy, giving the accuser's attorney more confidence. Meanwhile, the abrupt departure of Diddy's own attorney illustrates the weight and pressure of the evidence against him, which is rapidly mounting.
During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
The situation escalated with the testimony of Courtney Burgess, a former associate of Diddy's late ex-girlfriend Kim Porter Burgess, who claims to possess flash drives with explosive evidence that could be the breakthrough the prosecution has been waiting for and potentially change the course of the case. This revelation may explain why Diddy's lawyer abruptly resigned, acknowledging the overwhelming weight of the accusations. Lord Jamar also provided insight into the people working behind the scenes in Hollywood, exposing that some influential people, especially those from the LGBT community, have been influencing the sector. He clarified that these people frequently advance their own agendas, demanding that others share their preferences and values in order to succeed. Jamar went on to say that Diddy, whom he called Puffy, is one of these powerful people, claiming that he is a member of a so-called gay mafia that operates in the entertainment sector. These revelations add to the continuing discussion about power relationships and unseen forces in Hollywood. Industry insiders, including Freddie P., have confirmed that Diddy used his influence to control and manipulate the careers of new talent. Diddy's rise to prominence in the music industry was largely fueled by his strategic connections and his ability to use influence whenever necessary. If Diddy didn't approve of someone, it was almost a given that their career would stall before it even had a chance to take off. Freddie P. also identified DJ Khaled and Rick Ross as accomplices who assisted Diddy in pressuring up-and-coming musicians to comply with his requests in return for professional prospects.
What do I owe the pleasure? What do I owe the pleasure? The last time we been together?
Come on, man. Khaled, Ross, all these niggas ain't never did a song with me. These the same niggas. When I first came back, Ross, I seen a nigga in the club, all white suit. Nigga stopped me going to the bathroom. Yo, what's up? Nigga love you, boy. Ooh, show big love. This before he was...
In his remarks, Freddie P. discussed his experiences with Rick Ross, bringing up an instance in which Ross approached him at a club while dressed in an all-white suit prior to becoming intimately involved with some influential circles. Freddie remembered Ross welcoming him with big love and emphasizing that many people in the industry, like Ross, made their fortune through relationships and resources rather than necessarily record sales. Freddie pointed out the disparity between their financial success and real album sales, implying that although Ross enjoyed the fame and success, some of these artists benefited more from their networks than from their artistic accomplishments. Tony Busby, an attorney from Houston, has filed a lawsuit. Serious accusations have been made against Shaw Diddy Combs. According to the lawsuit, Diddy coerced adolescents and teenagers from performing specific behaviors by using drugs and coercion. Diddy also allegedly used his connections in the industry to threaten the minors with violence. These charges add to the mounting apprehension about Diddy's behavior in the entertainment sector. In the complaint, minor lawyer Tony Busby has made concerning allegations about a gathering in New York City where a female juvenile was drugged and led to a private room reportedly with Shaw Diddy Collins there. The lawsuit claims that the minor was raped and that other partygoers alternately attacked her. Additionally, another person, who was 26 at the time, was allegedly picked up from the airport by Diddy and a few others in a black SUV. After receiving a drink in the car, the person woke up in a completely different state, indicating that they had also been drugged. Claimed that Diddy and a network of predators participated in the mistreatment of minors. All of Diddy's co-conspirators are anticipated to be exposed as a result of the latest indictment against him. Due to the case's high stakes and explosive nature, an uncommon choice was made. The trial will be public. This step promises to unveil the secrets these hidden people have been keeping for so long, illuminating the darker side of the entertainment industry.
People in these lawsuits, we're not going to do it in interviews. Very hurtful, frankly, if they are true. But if they're true, you shouldn't have been in the room and you shouldn't have been participating. So I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits, and it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names, and you might imagine in situations like this that when a victim tells us that this person was in the room or this person participated, we want to do as much due diligence as humanly possible before we file that case, because in the United States, in almost every state, public filings are in fact public, and when you name somebody in a lawsuit, the press is going to pick it up, and we're aware of that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's, and I expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrow.
The consequences of these accusations run deep, is bringing up important issues regarding the culture of Hollywood and the music business. Was couch casting always prevalent? And if so, why did so many people stay silent for so long? Were some of the biggest names in Hollywood merely unaware of what was going on? Or were they complicit in the abuse that occurred during an interview with Art of Dialogue? The dark side of the entertainment industry was further exposed when Diddy's former security guard, Gone Deal, disclosed disturbing strategies that Diddy allegedly employed to obtain influence over other celebrities. The deal further implied that Diddy might have even gathered blackmail material on others in his immediate vicinity.
Movies, they not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them, and they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey, buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor.
Gene Deal also clarified the extent of Diddy's purported control over others by exposing that Diddy had 250 cameras installed throughout his home, recording everything. Deal proposed that Diddy used this surveillance to obtain compromising information on a range of people, from influential figures to celebrities, not realizing that they were being watched. These people could be anyone, from your favorite pastor to a well-known politician. Deal underlined that Diddy, who is sometimes referred to as Brother Love, used these deceptive tactics to exert control over people around him while constantly monitoring his colleagues.
It could be your favorite politician, but they didn't think they was being watched, and Brother Love was watching. So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, it's gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like he had all them hidden cameras to use it against people.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. You know, somebody, I think Dawn may have said that. I don't know for sure, and correct me if I'm wrong. He would, even if you didn't want to do something, he would tell the individual, well, I got you on tape doing it before. And the person would feel pressured in having to do something or come and do something at the party or be at the party because he already had him on tape right then and there. But what you think when you do it the second time? He's still gonna have you on tape.
More and more celebrities are coming forward with shocking details about how Diddy allegedly ran his network as the trial date draws near. Courtney Burgess, a close friend of Diddy and Gene Deal, testified against Diddy in front of a federal jury, and subpoenas have been sent to anyone who had contact with Diddy during the alleged crimes. Additionally, Homeland Security has seized 8 video files stored on 11 different flash drives that purport to show Diddy having sex with minors. These revelations strengthen the case against Diddy and increase the pressure surrounding the trial
of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let me
be,
rephrase
right.
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities.
The conversation highlighted worries about the people in the recordings, especially how many were near or possibly underage at the time. It also sparked speculation about whether any of the celebrities in the videos looked drunk or under the influence of drugs, though the details are still unknown. The discussion sought to clarify the events surrounding these incidents, paying special attention to the state of those who were videotaped interacting with Shaw Collins. The specifics of their condition during these interactions remain a crucial area of focus for the current investigation.
Who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appear to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning
victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3, possibly 3.
While the details of these accusations are upsetting, they also point to a larger systemic issue within the entertainment industry that has frequently remained hidden from the public eye. What will be revealed in the upcoming months, and how will these revelations change the landscape of Hollywood and the music industry? Only time will tell, but for now, the world watches closely as the search for truth unfolds. Stay tuned as more details are sure to emerge, And the implications of this case continue to ripple through the world of fame, power, and influence.